One of the reasons we wanted to have you back is because...
He was tweeting at us.
Yeah, you tweeted at us. So you support eliminating concealed carry firearm licenses that require training, or you don't like the training requirement. You think it should be constitutional carry and we don't need the training. Julie and I kind of did a segment where we both said, it doesn't seem to be broken. Why wouldn't we want training? Why would we get rid of the training? And you disagree with that. Why should there not be basic training if you want to conceal carry?
Look, John, Julia, I mean, the Constitution, as well as Article 1 of Wisconsin's Constitution, gives citizens the right to bear arms. So that is their carry permit. In this state, we can openly carry in your car, on your body, all of that. That is the carry permit that we should have. I will never say that someone who wants to handle a weapon should not pursue training, but the state should not get in the way of an individual by requiring training, requiring a permit, requiring that they be 21 years old also, for that right to be able to carry, whether it's concealed or whether it's open.
So 82% of voters say they oppose the idea of removing concealed carry permits. 70% say they support the law of requiring licenses and training. Are all those people wrong?
I believe that I can make the case that we should allow constitutional carry and remove the state getting in the way of that. I mean, Julia, on the show that I tweeted back at you, you mentioned that you had obtained training, but you had not paid nor pursued the actual certificate to allow you to carry concealed. Today you could carry openly in your car, but if for some reason you felt threatened today and you wanted to put that gun instead of on your seat, in your purse, or in your glove compartment, you would be a criminal. And I do not believe the state should be getting in the way.
But I can open carry. I also cannot have a taser, which I'd really like, unless I had concealed carry. Like, you have to have a concealed carry law to have a taser. There's also other levels with pepper spray and everything. But that's because you need to be trained to have those types of things, to use it and not hurt someone. So I also thought it was really interesting when you were talking about how you also want the schools to, how it's a gun-free zone. Were you saying that you were okay with people having guns in the school to protect the schools?
Actually, not. I wasn't taking a position on the 1,000 feet.
Okay, so you were misquoted on that.
I didn't see that quote, but
the quote is, here's what's being reported. Berrien said he also supports extending the policy to those seeking to carry a concealed firearm within 1,000 feet of school grounds. So you would like that to stay in effect? Or are you not taking a position on that?
I was not taking a position on that.
So what is your position on that? Should you be able to have a weapon within 1,000 feet of a school ground?
I'm not arguing for any change there. I'm just saying that constitutional carry should be able to, you should not have to obtain a permit from the state to carry in a concealed fashion.
So my husband has concealed carry. He didn't renew. We took the class. He didn't need it. He actually took a hunting. He already did the hunting thing. So, he was already a hunter. So he didn't even really need the concealed carry class at the time. So, but he just did it with me, and I just wanted to learn as a reporter. I learned so much, including the stand your ground law. So basically, you have a duty to, eliminate someone in your dwelling concealed carry or not. If I'm on my lawn and it's my property and the person's trying to kill me, the castle doctrine doesn't apply in Wisconsin. If I'm in my garage, if I'm on my porch, the castle doctrine doesn't apply. The person has to be in my dwelling, in my house, trying to kill me, and maybe the medical examiner will figure out whether he raped me before or after I'm dead. So I can only shoot and kill someone if they're about to break into my home or attack me on my property, if they're in my dwelling. Florida has stand your ground. What is your position on the castle doctrine or any type of things like that? Because you're talking about removing concealed carry and, the Second Amendment, and you want people to protect themselves. So what do you feel about stand your ground or castle doctrine? Because and the whole thing is, I learned that in concealed carry class.
Mm-hmm. So again, not arguing for any change to laws for castle doctrine, any others. I applaud you again for pursuing that training, as I think everyone should who is going to be handling a weapon.
But you don't want. You said you want to get rid of concealed carry.
I want to get rid of the permitting requirement to be able to carry concealed.
Right.
Because that castle doctrine is as relevant of your open carry or currently concealed carry.
To get the concealed carry license, you have to take the class.
I know. And I think we should remove that requirement to take the class.
I want to ask you about the other thing in the news today.
Yep.
David Crowley announcing that he is in the race. What are your thoughts on that? Does that change anything in Bill Berrien's world?
John, it doesn't. I mean, we have yet another candidate in the race who's spent their entire working life in the bureaucracy, working for the government. This election is about the builders versus the bureaucrats, and everyone else in the race so far has no other perspective other than being in the bureaucracy. I'm the builder coming into this race. I am an outsider, a businessman, and have a vision for taking this state to the next level. We are going to make it ground zero for the reindustrialization that President Trump is trying to drive. We're going to make this Wisconsin century starting this decade. And everyone else is, mucking around in the bureaucracy, and will continue to do so.
Who are you prepared for more people on the Republican side to start running against you?
I'm prepared for all comers.
Because there's more and more coming. There may be more there on the Democratic side, like we were talking about in the last break.
I think it's going to be a full field on the Democratic side. I think you're going to get at least 2, if not another 3. And that's that I'm hoping for a contentious primary and maybe someone coming out the other side who's unelectable.
Bill Berrien is with us here in our studio. Donald Trump's going to play a major role in this election one way or another. He said recently he's undetermined whether or not he'll endorse somebody in Wisconsin in the race for governor. Have you reached out to President Trump? Have you tried to get in touch with his people? How important is that to you?
We are talking to his extended team. We would like his endorsement. Again, I'm the one in this race who is going to execute his vision, reindustrializing the country, starting with Wisconsin. We have a 125-year-old manufacturing ecosystem, a highly trained, highly trainable workforce. You take the tariffs, you take the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. I've got the vision to attract and help businesses, starting with manufacturing businesses, do a whole lot better here. And that's something no one else is offering.
A source I trust told me that Eric Hovde wants to get in his race, but his family doesn't want him to.
Really?
Would Eric Hovde in the race be a game changer?
Again, John, I am running my race. I mean, you have daughters, you've raised kids, and what you teach them when they're running a race is concentrate on your race. Don't be looking around at others.
Well, what that's going to do is also, how you going to raise money? Who are they going to give it to Hovde? Are they going to give it to you? Hovde is a multimillionaire.
Right, he could self-fund.
But he's also, you're a successful business owner too, former Navy SEAL.
Well, and one of the things that I offer is a vision, not only for succeeding in my race, but let's look across the whole state, across the party, 72 counties, fundraising from outside of the state, bringing that in, taking some pages out of the Democratic playbook of how they've nationalized the fundraising for Wisconsin races. And we've got to extend our majorities in the legislature and, be putting up good candidates for Supreme Court. So I've got a whole state vision, and we're going to be engaging, down to the precinct level, and care, feeding, data, fundraising, technology, the whole works.
We only got less than a minute, Bill, but I wanted to ask you about your service. How did being a Navy SEAL prepare you to, 1, run a successful business, and 2, run a state?
Well, I mean, I am passionate about leadership and team building. On the personal front, Julie, we were talking about this last time. We're taking this one day at a time, one meal at a time, breaking it down that way. But, I have a great team going into this and a vision to, not only succeed in this race, but, give me 2 terms as governor, and we'll really knock the socks off the state.
So the Navy SEAL training is helping you deal with running for governor.
It is. You're always getting people calling on you to quit going through the SEAL training, and my philosophy is, just like when I was in that surf zone. You got to drag my cold, dead, wet body out of this thing because I'm in it till the end.
He is Republican candidate for governor Bill Berrien. It's always good to see you, Bill. Thank you so much.
John, Julia, thank you. Awesome.